Our team coverage continues now as flights resume at Reagan National after this tragic midair collision. That includes a couple of connections to and from Bradley Airport.
But hours of cancellations affected thousands of traveling Americans. Your reporter Owen Kingsley is live tonight at Bradley. He spoke with someone who was stranded at Reagan after their flight here was canceled. Owen?
Yeah, that's right. He says he saw the massive number of emergency flashing lights as crews in D.C. responded to the scene of this tragedy. His flight was canceled, and so are 7 more American airline flights connecting Reagan to Bradley International Airport just this morning. Now, today, those who are headed for the skies, heading off somewhere, admit they feel a little bit anxious.
Flying this airline today is really rough.
Elena is not the only one feeling tense about her trip Thursday that comes immediately after the deadliest American plane crash in more than 2 decades. She's leaving Bradley for Charlotte, North Carolina on American Airlines.
It's really disheartening. I'm like, there's only one purpose for air traffic control. I don't understand how that could happen, and then you're flying today on that very airline. What's to stop that from happening again? So really confusing and scary.
We spoke with one Connecticut man who asked to remain anonymous. He was at Reagan National last night connecting between flights on his way to Bradley. He took this picture from his gate. Those bright red lights are first responders on the edge of the Potomac River. He ended up driving all the way back to Connecticut overnight. Roland Ignacio was supposed to fly to Dulles International Airport right outside of D.C. early this morning before his flight was canceled.
We can complain a lot, but we're not the ones at the bottom of a river either, so we're happy. Just be thankful for what we have.
Joshua Gowdy saw his flight from Dallas to Baltimore fill up immediately following mass cancellations to airports around D.C.
It was empty completely, had a whole row, and the next thing you know, the whole thing was full. So it was pretty crazy, and then everybody was rushing, trying to get on these flights. It'll be interesting to hear what actually transpired and what caused it, but ultimately it's just sad.
Now, you guys mentioned that, of course, flights in Reagan are back on track. The first flight from Reagan arriving to Bradley since this crash happened is scheduled to land at 6:30 this evening. There's also a flight leaving here for D.C. at 7 o'clock. Your reporter live at Bradley International Airport, Owen Kingsley, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Owen, thank you. Now, a big